My chosen one, stop everything right now. This is not a random message. This is not a coincidence. And this is not just another video passing through your screen. On February 27th, something shifts in the spiritual atmosphere around your house. A dark cloud that has been hovering over your home is lifting. And as it leaves, a golden rain is falling in its place. You have 20 seconds to catch this blessing. Yes, you heard that correctly. This is about the very house you are living in. The walls that have heard your prayers. The rooms that have witnessed your tears. The door that has seen disappointment walk in and hope try to walk out. Archangel Michael stands at the entrance of your home with his sword raised, declaring that what has been lingering in silence is being removed by divine authority. For months, maybe even years, there had been a heaviness. You felt it, but you could not explain it. Sudden arguments without reason. Delays in finances. Strange tiredness inside your own space. Plans that collapse just when they are about to succeed. It felt like something invisible was pressing against your peace. But February 27th is marked. Archangel Michael says the dark cloud over your house is not your imagination. It was a season of testing. A season where your faith was refined. A season where unseen battles were fought on your behalf. And now, that cloud is dissolving. Not solely. Not partially. Completely. Listen carefully. The golden rain that is falling is symbolic of restoration. It represents opportunities, favor, clarity, and sudden solutions. This is not just about money. This is about alignment. Alignment in your household. Alignment in your relationships. Alignment in your mind. But here is the urgency. You have 20 seconds to catch this blessing. What does that mean? It means there is a window. A divine window of agreement. Heaven releases, but you must receive. The rain is falling, but your hands must be open. If you remain distracted, fearful, or doubtful, you may miss the moment of alignment. Archangel Michael is not forcing the blessing into your life. He is announcing it. And announcements require response. On February 27th, something will feel different inside your home. You may wake up with unexpected peace. You may notice tensions suddenly disappear. You may receive a call, a message, or an idea that feels like it came out of nowhere. That is not random. That is the golden rain touching your roof. But the dark cloud must fully leave. And here is the revelation that may shock you. The cloud was not only external. Part of it was internal. Old fears. Old disappointments. Old words spoken over your house by others. Sometimes the cloud attaches itself to memory, and memory becomes atmosphere. Archangel Michael says it is time to cleanse the atmosphere of your home with faith-filled words. Speak life over your rooms. Declare peace in your living area. Declare abundance in your kitchen. Declare rest in your bedroom. The angelic realm responds to agreement. You may ask, why February 27th? Why this specific day? Because timing matters in the spiritual realm. There are divine appointments written long before you were aware of them. And this date is one of them for you. A transition point. A spiritual weather change. The dark cloud has overstayed its assignment. It cannot remain where divine light is commanded to shine. Archangel Michael is standing guard over your household. His presence is not symbolic. It is protective. The heaviness you carried is not meant to follow you into the next season. The pattern of loss is being broken. The cycle of stagnation is ending. But you must act within the 20 seconds. Those 20 seconds represent obedience, awareness, faith without hesitation. When you sense the shift, pause. Close your eyes. Whisper a simple agreement. I receive what heaven is releasing over my home. That is how you catch the golden rain. Through alignment, not anxiety. The enemy tried to convince you that your house was ordinary, that nothing special could happen there. But what if I told you that your house is marked? Marked for peace, marked for testimony, marked for unexpected joy. The dark cloud thought it had permission to stay, but permission has expired, and as it leaves quietly. No drama, no chaos, just a lifting. Have you noticed how sometimes storms pass and suddenly the air feels lighter? That is what February 27th carries. A lighter atmosphere, a clear mind, a new vibration of hope. Archangel Michael says this is not the end of your story. It is the clearing of your sky. Do not underestimate small changes on that day. A simple smile from a family member, a sudden urge to clean or rearrange your space, a fresh idea about your future. These are signs of the golden rain activating your environment. The cloud brought confusion. The rain brings clarity. The cloud brought delay. The rain brings acceleration. The cloud brought doubt. The rain brings confidence. And you are standing at the doorway of this exchange. Take this seriously, not with fear, but with expectation. Because when divine announcements are made, they are made for those who are ready. February 27th is not random for you. It is a release date. The question is, will you recognize the moment when it arrives? Faithful one, lean in closely because what is unfolding around your house on February 27th is more strategic than you realize. The lifting of the dark cloud is not random relief. It is a divine eviction notice served by authority. Archangel Michael is not gently suggesting that the heaviness leave your home. He is commanding it to withdraw. There is a difference between something fading away and something being driven out. What is happening over your house is a removal backed by heaven's authority. For a long time, your home has felt like a battlefield disguised as a living space. Outwardly, everything looked normal. But inwardly, something felt off. Small disagreements escalated quickly. Plans collapsed at the last minute. You felt drained without understanding why. Even when you rested, your spirit did not feel fully refreshed. That was not weakness. That was pressure. The cloud does not always come as chaos. Sometimes it comes as quiet heaviness. Archangel Michael says the cloud survived on lowered expectation. The moment you began to believe that peace was temporary, the cloud found permission to linger. When you accepted struggle as routine, it tightened its grip. Not because you invited it, but because you became tired of resisting it. Weariness can sometimes open doors that rebellion never could. But now something is changing. February 27th carries a shift in spiritual climate. The eviction is not only external, it is internal. The heaviness inside your thoughts is being confronted. The silent discouragement is being aggressed. You are being repositioned from endurance mode into expectation mode. And expectation attracts blessing the way dryness attracts rain. The golden rain falling over your house represents divine replacement. Heaven never removes without restoring. When darkness retreats, light does not simply occupy the space, it transforms it. That is why you may begin to sense subtle shifts even before the date arrives. A sudden motivation to clean your home. A desire to reorganize your space. An urge to speak kindly where you once reacted quickly. These are not random moods. They are signs of atmosphere changing. But understand this carefully. When the cloud leaves, it may attempt one final distraction, a misunderstanding, a small inconvenience, a thought that says, nothing is really different. This is residue trying to test your agreement. Do not partner with it. Stand firm. When you feel that test arise, declare peace instead of panic. Declare clarity instead of confusion. Speak life over your home as if you already see the golden rain touching your roof. Because in the Spirit, it is already happening. Archangel Michael stands at the boundary of your property like a guardian. His presence signals that what was temporary cannot claim permanent residence. The tension that once lingered in your rooms is being dissolved. The pattern of near success followed by disappointment is breaking. The cycle of starting strong but finishing weak is ending. Some of you have carried quiet financial concern inside your home. You smiled in front of others, but in private you wondered how things would stabilize. The golden rain also carries provision, not always in dramatic ways, but through wisdom, favor, and doors opening at the right moment. You will notice solutions appearing where there were once walls. Ideas will flow more clearly. Decisions will feel lighter. There is another truth you must hear. Your house was targeted because it carries purpose. Darkness does not hover over empty places. It resists places marked for influence. Your home is not just a shelter. It is a launching ground. Conversations inside those walls matter. Prayers whispered in your rooms matter. Dreams formed at your kitchen table matter. The cloud sensed that something significant was growing there, and it tried to suppress it. But suppression has reached its expiration. On February 27th, when you sense even the slightest shift, respond immediately. Pause for a moment. Close your eyes. Whisper agreement. That is how you catch the blessing. The 20 seconds represent responsiveness. Heaven releases continuously, but manifestation accelerates when you align quickly. Do not underestimate this window. And if your spirit feels stirred right now, take action beyond listening. Like this message so it reaches others whose homes need this breakthrough. Share it with someone who has been battling heaviness in silence. Leave a comment declaring that your house is shifting into light. Subscribe to this channel and stand with this growing community of faith. Join the membership if you feel led, because unity multiplies impact and strengthens the atmosphere around us. There is power when voices rise together in agreement. Hold your focus, because what is about to unfold next will reveal why this cloud attached itself to your household in the first place. The deeper reason may surprise you. It will change how you view the struggles you faced and the strength you developed. Archangel Michael is not only clearing your home for comfort, he is clearing it for assignment. The golden rain is not decoration. It is preparation. Your house is entering a new spiritual season. The sky above your roof is opening wider than you think. And this is only the beginning of what heaven has decided for you. Chosen vessel, now you are ready to hear the truth that was hidden beneath the cloud. The reason your house experienced that strange heaviness was not because you were weak. It was because your home carries a calling. Darkness does not waste time attacking empty ground. It only resists places where purpose is forming. And Archangel Michael says your house was marked long before you realized it. There is something about your household that unsettles negativity. It may not look extraordinary from the outside. It may appear simple, ordinary, even quiet. But spiritually, it hath been a place of incubation. Ideas were born there. Prayers were whispered there. Tears were shed there that no one else saw. Every tear absorbed into your floor became a seed. Every prayer spoken in your bedroom became a signal in the unseen realm. The dark cloud recognized growth before you did. essence moetum forme, and detected alignment building, and so it attempted to suppress the atmosphere before the harvest could appear. That is why the pressure felt continuous. That is why peace never seemed to settle fully. It was an attempt to discourage the assignment connected to your egress. Archangel Michael says this clearly. Your home is not just a residence. It is a spiritual gateway. Not in a dramatic or mystical way, but in a purposeful way. It is a place where decisions that impact your future are made. It is a place where faith is strengthened. It is a place where new direction is conceived. And when a house carries destiny, resistance increases. But hear this carefully. The cloud over your house has now served its unintended purpose. It built endurance in you. It sharpened your discernment. It forced you to pray when you otherwise might not have. What was meant to suppress you actually strengthened you. That is why February 27th is not just about relief. It is about reward. The golden rain falling is the response to perseverance. You survived the season of heaviness without fully understanding it. You kept moving forward even when you felt tired. You continued believing even when signs were unclear. And heaven recorded every moment of that quiet faithfulness. Archangel Michael stands over your home declaring restoration. Not partial restoration. Not temporary comfort. But structural restoration. The atmosphere in your house is being recalibrated. Conversations will begin to carry lighter tones. Decisions will feel clearer. Even your sleep will become more peaceful. You may notice increased creativity. New plans forming. Fresh motivation to improve your environment. These are signs of golden rain activating dormant potential. When heaviness leaves, inspiration returns. When pressure lifts, clarity flows. And here is something profound. The cloud tried to convince you that your house was a place of limitation, that nothing significant could emerge from those walls. But Archangel Michael says the opposite is true. Your home is a launching place. What begins there will extend beyond it. The blessing is not confined to your address. It will ripple outward into your career, relationships, and influence. But remember the 20 seconds. Those 20 seconds represent your response to recognition. When you feel the shift on February 27th, do not dismiss it. Do not rationalize it away. Agree with it. Speak life over your home. Declare peace out loud. Walk through your space with gratitude. Gratitude accelerates blessing. The golden rain responds to alignment. And now, as this revelation settles into your spirit, I want you to do something prophetic. Type "I receive the golden rain" in the comments if this message resonates with you. Lesson code 2747 has just been released over your house. By declaring it, you align yourself with the shift that is already unfolding. Now listen closely, because this moment is bigger than a single house. It is about a mission. If this message stirred something deep inside you, understand that you are not here by accident. These words are reaching homes across nations, breaking heaviness and restoring hope. When you choose to support this mission through super thanks, membership, or a PayPal donation through the link in the description, you are not giving to a channel. You are sowing into souls. You are helping light enter houses that are still under clouds. The scripture declares, as you sow, so shall you reap. And today that verse is speaking directly to you. When you release your seed, heaven releases increase. When you open your hand, God opens windows. This is your moment to act in obedience, not hesitation. As the golden rain falls over your house, let your generosity become part of that rain for someone else. When you give through super thanks, membership, or PayPal, you are planting light into homes still waiting for their February 27th. The word says that when you sow beside many waters, your harvest will not fail, and today that promise breathes over you. I feel led to say this clearly. I am stepping into obedience now. Let your action become a prophetic response. Your seed will not return empty. It will multiply in peace, provision, and protection. Activate your giving and watch heaven respond. Faithful heart, now that you understand why your house was under pressure, you must prepare for what happens after the cloud fully dissolves. Many people pray for deliverance, but few prepare for expansion. February 27th is not just the end of heaviness. It is the beginning of responsibility. When Archangel Michael clears an atmosphere, he does it with intention. He does not remove darkness so that emptiness can remain. He removes it so purpose can occupy the space. There is a shift coming inside your mindset. For a long time, you operated carefully, almost cautiously, inside your own home. You measured your words. You braced yourself for unexpected tension. You expected small disappointments. That survival posture protected you during the cloud season, but it cannot continue in the golden rain season. Archangel Michael says you must transition from defense to vision. When the dark cloud hovered over your house, your energy was focused on maintaining stability. You just wanted peace. You just wanted normal days. But now that peace is being restored, vision must awaken. What will you build in this new atmosphere? What dreams did you put on hold because the timing felt heavy? What ideas did you silence because your environment felt uncertain? The golden rain is not passive. It activates creativity. You may suddenly feel inspired to start something new. A project, a business idea, a spiritual discipline, a healthy routine inside your home. Do not dismiss these impulses. They are signs that the cleared atmosphere is creating space for growth. When pressure lifts, potential surfaces. But here is a warning wrapped in wisdom. After February 27th, do not allow old conversations to return. The cloud fed on repeated negative speech, complaints, sarcasm, hopeless words spoken casually inside your house gave it subtle strength. And now that the atmosphere is purified, guard it carefully. Speak intentionally. Replace criticism with encouragement. Replace doubt with expectation. Archangel Michael stands at your doorway, but you control what echoes within your walls. Your house is entering a season where unity will matter more than ever. If you live with family, you may notice gradual healing in relationships. Misunderstandings will become easier to resolve. Pride will soften. Hearts will become more receptive. This is not accidental. The golden rain carries reconciliation. For those who live alone, this shift is just as powerful. Loneliness will lose its grip. You will begin to sense companionship in the unseen. Ideas will visit you. Peace will sit with you. Your home will no longer feel empty. It will feel intentional. There is also something financial unfolding quietly. You may begin to notice wiser spending decisions, better planning, unexpected favor connected to your address. The golden rain is strategic. It does not flood irresponsibly. It waters what have been planted. If you have been faithful in small ways, larger opportunities will recognize you. Archangel Michael reveals another truth. The dark cloud attempted to convince you that your house was stuck. But stuck seasons often precede acceleration. Like a slingshot pulled backward before release, the tension you experienced was building momentum. Now that the hold is released, forward movement will feel faster than you expect. Be prepared for sudden clarity. Be prepared for doors opening without struggle. Be prepared for conversations that once felt difficult to become easy. The atmosphere around your house is lighter because spiritual resistance had been reduced. And when resistance drops, progress increases. However, you must remain grounded. Do not let excitement turn into distraction. Stay disciplined. Continue praying. Continue speaking life. Continue protecting your peace. The golden rain is a gift, but stewardship determines longevity. If you guard this season well, it will extend beyond a single date and shape an entire year. There is also something emotional happening within you. The cloud season may have made you stronger, but it also made you tired. February 27th begins emotional restoration. You will laugh more freely. You will feel hope rising without forcing it. Even your body may feel lighter. Archangel Michael says this is the reward of endurance. You did not quit when it was difficult. You did not abandon your home spiritually. You remained present even when you felt pressure. That consistency matters in ways you cannot fully see. Now your house becomes a sanctuary instead of a battleground. Imagine waking up and feeling calm instead of bracing for tension. Imagine sitting in your living room and sensing clarity instead of confusion. Imagine making plans without fear of sudden collapse. This is the direction unfolding. The dark cloud is losing visibility. The golden rain is gaining influence. And you are standing in the middle of transformation. Do not rush this moment. Absorb it. Walk through your home with gratitude in the coming days. Notice small improvements. Celebrate subtle changes. They are evidence that the atmosphere has shifted. Archangel Michael has cleared the sky above your house. Now it is time for you to build under that open sky with courage, wisdom, and faith. Because what begins after February 27th will not look like what came before. And the story of your home is only beginning to reflect its true purpose. Steady your heart, because what is unfolding now is more delicate than dramatic. After a storm passes, the silence can feel unfamiliar. That is where you are stepping. The dark cloud that once hovered above your house is no longer dominating the atmosphere, and yet your mind may still expect it. This is the final layer of transition. Archangel Michael says the external battle has been addressed, but now your inner expectation must fully adjust to peace. For a long time, you adapted to tension. You learned how to function while carrying pressure. You developed strength in the middle of uncertainty. That resilience was necessary for the previous season, but it can become a limitation in this new one if you do not release it properly. The golden rain is not only cleansing your environment, it is retraining your nervous system to trust calm again. You may notice moments where everything feels unusually quiet. No conflict, no sudden bad news, no emotional heaviness. And strangely, you might feel alert, as if waiting for something to go wrong. That reaction is residue from the cloud season. It trained you to expect interruption. But Archangel Michael says this: peace is not a trick. It is not temporary bait. It is your new baseline. Receive that slowly. Your house is being reintroduced to harmony. When golden rain falls, it nourishes roots that were hidden beneath dry soil. There were strengths forming in you that you did not recognize. Patience grew. Discernment sharpened. Emotional maturity deepened. Now those roots will begin to produce visible fruit. Conversations will feel wiser. Decisions will feel more grounded. Your reactions will feel calmer. This is not accidental growth. It is the result of surviving the cloud without surrendering your integrity. There is also something relational happening beneath the surface. If certain people drifted away during the heavy season, do not chase them. The golden rain attracts what aligns and gently removes what does not. New connections may form. Old connections may heal. But everything will feel less forced. Archangel Michael reveals something powerful here. The cloud tried to isolate you emotionally inside your own home. Even when surrounded by others, you felt misunderstood at times. That isolation was part of the pressure. But isolation is breaking. Your voice will carry more weight. Your presence will feel more respected. The atmosphere now supports your expression instead of resisting it. You must also understand the importance of gratitude in this stage. Gratitude anchors blessing. If you focus only on what went wrong in the past, you risk reopening emotional doors that have already been sealed. Instead, begin acknowledging what is going right. Even small improvements deserve recognition. A peaceful evening, a productive day, a kind conversation. These are signs of golden rain saturating your home. Another shift is coming in your thought patterns. The cloud often magnified worst-case scenarios. You imagined problems before they happen. You braced for loss before it occurred. That mental pattern will gradually weaken. In its place, hopeful imagination will grow. You will begin picturing positive outcomes again. You will plan without fear sabotaging your vision. Archangel Michael says this is restoration of imagination. When imagination heals, destiny accelerates. Because you can't walk toward a future you cannot picture. There is something else unfolding that you may not immediately notice. Your sleep will begin to stabilize. Dreams may become clearer or more peaceful. Your body will respond to the lighter atmosphere. Emotional tension often manifests physically, and as it leaves, physical ease follows. But remain vigilant in a healthy way. The cloud cannot reclaim territory unless invited. Guard your conversations. Avoid dwelling on negativity. If disagreements arise, resolve them quickly. Do not let minor issues linger and accumulate. The new season thrives on quick forgiveness and honest communication. Archangel Michael is still positioned at the boundary of your home. His assignment did not end with the cloud's departure. He now stands as a guardian of the new atmosphere. But your cooperation matters. Heaven partners with human responsibility. You may also feel an urge to beautify your space. Rearrange furniture. Clean deeply. Add something fresh to your environment. Follow that instinct. Physical shifts often mirror spiritual ones. When you adjust your surroundings intentionally, you confirm the internal transformation. This is a sacred recalibration period. The dark cloud chapter is closing completely. The golden rain chapter is unfolding steadily. And you are learning how to live without bracing for impact. Take a moment to breathe deeply in your home over the coming days. Stand in the center of a room and simply acknowledge the shift. Even if it feels subtle, honor it. Subtle beginnings often lead to powerful outcomes. Archangel Michael says the next revelation will help you understand how to multiply this golden rain beyond your house. Because what has begun within your walls is meant to influence what lies outside them. Peace has entered your egress. Now it is preparing to travel through you. And that movement is about to change more than just your home. Listen carefully, because what begins inside your house is never meant to stay confined within its walls. The golden rain falling over your home is not just personal restoration. It is preparation for influence. Archangel Michael says when heaven clears a household, it is often because that household is about to become a source of stability for others. You thought this was only about your peace. It is bigger than that. When the dark cloud hovered over your roof, it limited your energy. You were focused on survival, on maintaining balance, on protecting what little calm you could preserve. But now that the cloud is dissolving and the atmosphere is lighter, you will notice an increase in capacity. More mental space, more emotional endurance, more spiritual clarity. That increase is not random. It is assignment expansion. You may soon find people opening up to you more. Friends may seek your advice. Family members may confide in you. Even strangers may feel safe around your presence. The golden rain does not only bless you, it equips you. Peace inside your home creates authority in your voice. Archangel Michael reveals a principle here. Authority is born in private before it manifests in public. The battles you endured quietly inside your house built credibility in the unseen realm. You learned patience. You learned restraint. You learned how to remain steady when things felt unstable. Now that steadiness will become visible strength. Do not underestimate small conversations in the coming days. What seems like a casual exchange may carry impact. Your words will carry more weight because they are no longer spoken from exhaustion. They are spoken from restoration. But here is something you must guard carefully. Do not allow pride to attach itself to this shift. The golden rain is grace, not personal superiority. Remember the season of heaviness with humility. Let it remind you that strength is sustained by alignment, not ego. Archangel Michael protects the humble atmosphere, but pride can reopen doors that were closed. Another change you may experience is renewed motivation regarding your goals. Projects that once felt overwhelming will begin to feel manageable. Tasks you postponed will seem achievable. The clarity entering your home will spill into your productivity. This is part of the multiplication process. Your house was a training ground. Now it becomes a launching point. There is also a relational dimension unfolding. If you are part of a family, you may notice that your calm influences others more quickly than before. Your steady tone may de-escalate tension. Your optimism may shift moods. That is not manipulation. It is leadership. Peaceful environments produce natural leaders. If you live alone, the leadership will express itself outwardly through your decisions and interactions. You will carry your home's new atmosphere into workplaces, meetings, and social spaces. People will sense something different about you, even if they cannot name it. Archangel Michael says this is the fruit of the cloud's removal. Now hear this clearly. As this message is strengthening you, it is also reaching others who desperately need it. If you feel the impact in your own life, do not stay silent. Like this video so it can reach homes that are still under heaviness. Share it with someone who has been struggling quietly. Leave a comment declaring that your house is now a place of peace and influence. Subscribe to this channel and stand in unity with others who are walking through transformation. Join the membership if you feel led, because collective faith amplifies collective breakthrough. And hold your focus for what is coming next, because there is a revelation about timing that will shift how you see February 27th forever. The reason this date carries such power for you is not random, and understanding it will deepen your confidence in what is unfolding. Now let us return to the shift itself. The golden rain is not a one-day event. February 27th is a doorway, but what flows through the doorway continues. The first drops signal a season change. If you nurture it well, this season will stretch further than you imagine. You must remain attentive. Peace requires maintenance. Growth requires discipline. Influence requires integrity. Archangel Michael continues to guard your household, but you must partner with the protection by choosing wisdom daily. Avoid unnecessary conflict. Protect your time. Guard your focus. When distractions attempt to pull you back into stress, pause and realign. The dark cloud is no longer your covering. Open sky is. And open sky demands vision. Begin asking yourself what you truly want your house to represent. Is it a place of encouragement? A place of creativity? A place of spiritual depth? Define it clearly. Speak it consistently. Live it intentionally. Because what your house represents internally will eventually reflect externally. The golden rain has begun to fall. The atmosphere has shifted, and you are stepping into a level of influence that was impossible under the cloud. Stay aware, because the deeper meaning behind this timing is about to unfold in a way that will confirm everything you have felt so far. Pay attention to this moment, because the timing of February 27th is not just symbolic, it is strategic. You may have wondered why this shift is tied to a specific date. Why not earlier? Why not later? Archangel Michael says divine transitions often align with unseen cycles that are closing and opening simultaneously. February 27th represents a spiritual intersection where what was permitted is no longer authorized, and what was delayed is finally released. There are seasons in life that operate like contracts. They have a start point and an end point, even if you are unaware of the fine print. The dark cloud over your house functioned like a limited time assignment. It was allowed for refinement, but not for destruction. It was permitted for strengthening, but not for permanent damage. And now, its expiration date has arrived. This is why you may feel a subtle anticipation building within you. A quiet sense that something is about to shift. You cannot fully explain it, but you sense movement. That sensation is alignment approaching completion. Archangel Michael reveals that timing in the spiritual realm is rarely accidental. Certain prayers you prayed months ago are converging with this day. Certain lessons you learned during the heavy season are now qualifying you for the golden rain. If the blessing had arrived earlier, you might not have recognized its value. If it had arrived later, discouragement might have deepened. But now, the timing is precise. There is also a deeper layer connected to cycles within your own life. You may notice patterns that began around a similar time in a previous year. Emotional struggles, financial slowdowns, relationship tensions. Sometimes cycles repeat because they are unresolved. But this time, the cycle is breaking instead of repeating. February 27th becomes a line drawn in the sand. Before it, heaviness had influence. After it, clarity has authority. This is not superstition. It is spiritual alignment. But you must approach this state with awareness rather than passivity. When the day arrives, treat it differently. Wake up with intention. Speak gratitude immediately. Acknowledge the shift even if you cannot see dramatic evidence yet. Remember, the golden rain often begins invisibly before it becomes visible. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of this timing like a guardian of transition. He ensures that what was meant to leave does not linger out of habit. Sometimes people unknowingly carry old seasons into new ones simply because they are accustomed to them. Do not carry the mindset of the cloud into the clarity of the rain. There may be a test of perception near this date. Something small may attempt to distract you. A minor inconvenience. A brief misunderstanding. Do not interpret it as failure of the promise. Often, right before a cycle breaks, it attempts one final echo. Recognize it for what it is and refuse to give it emotional power. Instead, center yourself. Breathe deeply inside your home. Walk through your rooms with confidence. Remind yourself that the sky above your roof has changed. There is also a spiritual maturity connected to this moment. In the past, you may have needed dramatic signs to believe something was shifting. Now, your discernment is sharper. You can sense subtle movement. You can recognize quiet progress. That growth and perception is part of why the golden rain can now fall safely over your house. Archangel Michael says you are no longer in the same position you were when the cloud first appeared. You are wiser. You are stronger. You are less reactive. The heavy season refined you in ways comfort never could. And now comfort is returning with purpose. The timing of February 27th also marks the beginning of restoration in areas you may have silently grieved. Dreams that felt paused. Opportunities that seemed lost. Confidence that was shaken. The golden rain carries restoration energy. Not everything will return in its original form, but what returns will be stronger and more aligned. This is why you must guard your expectation carefully. Expect good news. Expect improvement. Expect stability. Expect forward motion. Expect peace to feel natural instead of fragile. Because expectation is agreement, and agreement activates manifestation. Archangel Michael is not announcing this date to create suspense. He is announcing it to build readiness. When you are ready, you respond faster. When you respond faster, the 20-second window becomes more than symbolic. It becomes decisive. The cycle of heaviness is closing. The cycle of clarity is opening. And you are standing exactly where you need to be for this transition. Do not doubt the precision of this timing. Do not question whether it applies to you. If you are hearing this message, it is because your house is included in this shift. The sky above you has been reassigned, and February 27th will confirm what your spirit has already begun to sense. Prepare yourself, because the next revelation will show you how to secure this new season so it does not fade but multiplies. Remain attentive, because securing this new season requires intention. The golden rain has begun to fall. The dark cloud has been ordered to depart. But sustainability depends on alignment. Archangel Michael says many people experience breakthrough yet fail to protect it. What has shifted over your house is powerful, but now it must be guarded with wisdom. The first way you secure this season is through consistency. During the heavy period, you prayed out of desperation. You spoke life because you needed survival. Now you must pray from stability. Speak life not because you are under pressure, but because you understand the value of atmosphere. Peace maintained intentionally lasts longer than peace discovered accidentally. There is something sacred about routine in this new chapter. Small daily habits will anchor the golden rain. Waking up with gratitude. Keeping your space organized. Addressing tension quickly instead of allowing it to accumulate. These simple actions may appear ordinary, but they are spiritual reinforcement. Archangel Michael stands as guardian, yet your discipline strengthens the covering. Another key to securing this season is discernment. Not every opportunity that appears after February 27th will be aligned. Some doors may open simply because your energy has shifted and people sense your renewed clarity. But clarity must not be confused with impulsiveness. The golden rain waters what is rooted in purpose, not what is rooted in distraction. Take your time with decisions. Listen before responding. Evaluate before committing. The cloud once created confusion, and confusion forced you to hesitate. Now that clarity is returning, do not swing to the opposite extreme of rushing. Steady growth is stronger than sudden expansion without structure. Archangel Michael also reveals something important about boundaries. During the heavy season, you may have tolerated behavior that drained you simply because you were trying to maintain peace. But now your peace is established, and boundaries must become clear. Protect your energy. Limit access to those who consistently bring negativity. Golden rain cannot thrive in constant exposure to criticism. This does not mean isolation. It means wisdom. It means recognizing that your house is now a sanctuary, not a waiting room for chaos. You will also notice that your words carry increased influence. Be careful how you speak about your future. Avoid self-deprecating humor that undermines your progress. Avoid statements that minimize your growth. When you speak, imagine your words shaping the atmosphere around your home. Because they are. Archangel Michael says the next stage of this blessing is multiplication. Peace in your house can expand into provision. Provision can expand into generosity. Generosity can expand into impact. But multiplication begins with gratitude and stewardship. There may be moments where you are tempted to revisit the old season mentally. Perhaps you will reflect on how difficult it was and feel a slight bitterness. Release it gently. The heavy season served its purpose. It refined you. It strengthened you. It clarified what truly matters. Now it must remain in the past. Forward focus sustains momentum. The golden rain also activates creativity in subtle ways. You may feel inspired to redecorate, to rearrange, to refresh your environment. Physical changes often mirror spiritual renewal. When you update your space intentionally, you signal readiness for continued growth. As this message reaches your spirit, I want you to declare something with authority. Type "My house is secured in light" in the comments if you feel this shift. Blessing code 8882 is now activated over your home. When you declare it, you align yourself with the covering that is already established. And now listen carefully, because this moment extends beyond you. As your house becomes a sanctuary of light, let your obedience become a river for someone else. When you give through super thanks, membership, or PayPal in the description, you are sowing seeds into homes still waiting for their cloud to lift. The word declares that those who sow in faith will reap in joy, and today that promise is alive for you. I feel this strongly. I step forward as a partner in this mission. Your giving is not a transaction. It is a prophetic act that releases light into darkness. Activate your seed now and watch heaven multiply what you place in His hands. Stand firm in this moment, because what is unfolding now is the stage where restoration turns into authority. The golden rain did not fall over your house simply to make you comfortable. It fell to reposition you. Archangel Michael says when a household survives pressure and then receives peace, it is being prepared for expansion of territory. And territory is not just physical space. It is influence, confidence, opportunity, and voice. For a long time, the dark cloud limited how far you could see. You planned cautiously. You expected interruptions. You prepared for setbacks before progress. That mindset was understandable under pressure, but it cannot follow you into this new season. The cloud narrowed your vision. The golden rain is widening it. You may begin to notice subtle courage rising inside you. Not dramatic boldness, but steady assurance. Decisions that once felt overwhelming now feel manageable. Conversations that once intimidated you now feel balanced. This is not coincidence. It is the psychological impact of the cloud dissolving completely. Archangel Michael reveals that endurance has matured into quiet authority within you. During the heavy season, you learn restraint. You learn patience. You learn to observe before reacting. Those lessons did not disappear when the cloud left. They transformed into strength. Now, when you speak, there will be weight behind your words. When you act, there will be clarity behind your movement. Expansion is beginning, but it will not appear chaotic. It will appear strategic. Opportunities may surface that seem small at first. A conversation that leads to insight. An invitation that opens a door. An idea that feels inspired and persistent. Do not ignore small beginnings. Golden rain nourishes seeds long before they break through the surface. There is also a shift happening in how others perceive you. Under the cloud, some people underestimated you. They saw your silence and assumed weakness. They saw your caution and assumed fear. But now your presence will feel different. Confidence carries influence. You will not need to prove yourself. Consistency will speak for you. However, expansion requires responsibility. As your territory increases, so does the need for discipline. Guard your time carefully. Protect your mornings. Avoid unnecessary drama. The cloud once drained your energy. Do not voluntarily reintroduce draining patterns. You are not meant to return to survival mode. Archangel Michael says balance will be essential in this phase. You will feel momentum building, but you must move with intention. Productivity must not replace peace. Growth must not compromise alignment. You can expand without losing stability if you remain anchored in gratitude and clarity. Another layer of expansion is unfolding internally. Your self-perception is healing. During the heavy season, you may have questioned your worth. You replayed mistakes. You doubted your ability to lead your own household effectively. That inner criticism is fading. In its place, self-respect is forming. When self-respect grows, territory expands naturally. You will begin setting healthier boundaries. You will say no without guilt. You will say yes with conviction. The golden rain strengthens discernment. It teaches you to differentiate between opportunity and distraction. There is also a financial dimension quietly aligning. Not necessarily dramatic wealth overnight, but increased wisdom. Smarter decisions. Better timing. Strategic patience. Provision does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it appears as insight that prevents loss. Sometimes it appears as favor that accelerates progress. Archangel Michael emphasizes that the peace in your house is now influencing your external environment. When your internal atmosphere stabilizes, external circumstances respond. You will notice that tasks flow more smoothly. Conflicts resolve faster. Even delays feel less threatening. But here is the caution. Expansion can awaken fear of losing what you gain. You may find yourself thinking, what if this peace does not last? What if something goes wrong again? When those thoughts surface, confront them calmly. Remind yourself that the same authority that removed the cloud continues to guard your space. You are not navigating this new season alone. Open sky is your covering now. And open sky invites growth beyond limitation. Define clearly what expansion means for you. Is it career advancement? Stronger relationships? Deeper spiritual clarity? Improve financial stability? Clarify the vision. When vision is clear, energy aligns behind it. Archangel Michael says the next confirmation will not be theoretical. You will experience a tangible sign that this expansion is real. It may be subtle, but it will feel undeniable. A breakthrough conversation. A resolved issue. A door opening that once felt sealed. When it happens, pause and acknowledge it. Celebration reinforces momentum. Gratitude protects growth. You have moved from heaviness to harmony. From harmony to stability. And now from stability to enlargement. The golden rain continues to nourish your roots. And what grows from those roots will extend beyond what you once believed possible. Stay attentive. because the next step will require decisive alignment that seals this transformation permanently and positions you for sustained increase. Stay fully present, because this is the stage where the transformation becomes permanent. The golden rain has fallen. The dark cloud has been commanded to leave. Expansion has begun. But Archangel Michael says something crucial. Breakthrough must be sealed by decision. If you do not consciously align with a new season, you may unconsciously drift back into old patterns. And this moment is too important to drift. Sealing this shift means you stop identifying with the version of yourself that survived under pressure. Survival was necessary, but it is no longer your identity. You are not the person constantly bracing for impact. You are not the person expecting disruption. You are not the person preparing for loss. The chapter has closed. Under open sky, your identity must evolve. Words will determine how firmly this season locks into place. Under the cloud, your speech may have reflected exhaustion. You may have said things like, "Nothing ever works out smoothly," or "I am just waiting for the next problem." Those phrases seemed harmless, but they shape atmosphere. Now your words must shift deliberately. Speak stability. Speak favor. Speak clarity. Even if your circumstances are still aligning fully, your vocabulary must lead the way. Archangel Michael reveals the ongoing 20-second principle. On February 27th, you were told there would be a brief window to catch the blessing. The principle continues daily. Whenever doubt appears, you have seconds to either entertain it or replace it. Whenever fear whispers, you have a short window to agree with it or silence it. Those quick responses accumulate into long-term realities. You are shaping your environment now, not reacting to it. There is also practical sealing that must take place. Look around your house. Are there unresolved matters lingering from the heavy season? Conversations left unfinished. Responsibilities delayed. Spaces cluttered because energy was low. Begin addressing these things intentionally. Cleaning your environment is more than organization. It is confirmation that the cloud no longer has authority. Action reinforces alignment. Archangel Michael says discipline in this phase will create ease in the months ahead. The cloud taught you endurance. The golden rain now teaches you stewardship. If you steward peace well, it multiplies. If you guard clarity carefully, it deepens. You may feel prompted to establish new standards within your home. Clear boundaries about negativity. Clear expectations about communication. Clear priorities about time and energy. Do not hesitate to define these standards. A protected atmosphere does not happen accidentally. It is maintained intentionally. There will also be visible evidence that this sealing is working. People may comment that you seem different, calmer, more focused, less reactive. Accept that observation humbly. It confirms that internal change has become external stability. Now understand something important. If this message has been guiding you through each stage of this shift, do not disconnect at the sealing moment. Like this video so others standing under their own cloud can hear this revelation. Share it with someone whose household needs this clarity. Leave a comment declaring that your season is sealed under open sky. Subscribe to this channel and stay aligned with this movement of faith. Join the membership if you feel led, because growth strengthens in consistent community. And keep listening carefully, because what is about to unfold next will reveal how this sealed peace extends beyond your present household and into generational impact. The story is larger than you first imagined. Return your attention to the atmosphere of your home. Sealing also requires gratitude expressed consistently. Do not wait for dramatic breakthroughs to give thanks. Appreciate small improvements. A calm conversation. A productive day. A restful night. Each acknowledgement anchors the blessing deeper into your environment. Archangel Michael remains positioned at the boundary of your household, but you partner with that protection through awareness. When old thoughts attempt to resurface, confront them immediately. If you hear internally, "This peace will not last," respond with authority. Say within yourself, "This peace is established. This stability is permitted. This blessing is sustained." The faster you correct old mental narratives, the stronger your new foundation becomes. There is also a relational sealing taking place. If certain patterns of conflict existed before, refuse to reintroduce them. Choose calm responses. Choose patient listening. Choose clarity over assumption. The golden rain thrives in environments where humility and wisdom coexist. You are not simply recovering from a difficult season. You are establishing a new normal. The sky above your house is open and unobstructed. Your foundation is stabilizing. Your confidence is strengthening. Your voice carries authority. Your peace carries influence. And this sealing moment ensures that what began as a prophetic announcement becomes a lived reality. Prepare yourself, because the next revelation will stretch this blessing beyond your personal life and into a legacy that impacts more than just the walls you live within. Lift your eyes higher now, because what has taken place inside your house is larger than personal relief. The dark cloud did not just leave to make you comfortable. The golden rain did not fall simply to restore your mood. Archangel Michael says this shift carries generational weight. What has stabilized within your walls is preparing to influence lives connected to you, both now and in the future. During the heavy season, you believed you were fighting for daily peace. You thought the tension was random. You assumed the pressure was isolated to your circumstances. But now you can see more clearly. The cloud targeted your household because of what it produces. Your home carries decisions that shape destinies. It carries conversations that form identities. It carries values that ripple forward into years you have not yet seen. When a house shifts from confusion to clarity, it changes the direction of generations. Consider how atmosphere shapes memory. The tone inside a home becomes the internal voice people carry with them into adulthood. If your house was once filled with tension, the tension could echo for years. But now, peace is becoming the dominant sound. Stability is becoming the foundation. That shift alone alters future outcomes in ways you may never fully measure. Archangel Michael reveals that certain cycles are being interrupted right here. If there were patterns of instability in your family line, emotional distance, financial struggle, unresolved conflict, those patterns are losing continuity. The dark cloud may have resembled familiar history. It may have mirrored struggles you witnessed earlier in life. But its departure marks something decisive. You are not repeating what you inherited. You are redefining what will be passed forward. That is why sealing the season was so critical. You were not just protecting your comfort. You were protecting your legacy. A stable house becomes a blueprint. A peaceful environment becomes a model others subconsciously follow. Those who step into your home will sense the difference, even if they cannot explain it. They will feel safety. They will feel clarity. They will feel grounded energy. You may already notice conversation shifting tone. Words are softer. Listening is deeper. Reactions are slower and wiser. These are not small adjustments. They are structural changes in how your household operates. Over time, those structural changes become identity. Archangel Michael says the golden rain also activates long-term wisdom. Decisions you make now will echo for years. Financial choices will be more strategic. Emotional responses will be more measured. Spiritual disciplines will be more consistent. The heavy season sharpened your awareness. The peaceful season now refines your application. There is also an outward ripple expanding. Friends, relatives, co-workers, and neighbors will begin noticing the stability around you. Some will ask for advice. Others will quietly observe. Your calm presence will speak louder than explanation. Influence does not always arrive through loud declaration. Often it flows through visible consistency. Remain humble as this influence grows. The cloud once tried to make you feel powerless. Now that clarity has returned, avoid drifting into pride. This transformation was not achieved through ego. It was sustained through endurance and protected by divine covering. Archangel Michael remains positioned at the boundary of your household, not as a distant memory, but as an active guardian. There may come a moment soon when you reflect on the heavy season and feel gratitude instead of frustration. That will be the sign that healing is complete. When you can remember pressure without resentment, when you can recall struggle without emotional charge, you know restoration has reached its depth. Generational impact, however, is built on repetition. It is built on daily patience. It is built on consistent calm. The golden rain provided the reset, but your daily discipline builds the legacy. Continue choosing integrity when shortcuts tempt you. Continue choosing dialogue when silence would create distance. Continue choosing gratitude when negativity attempts to creep back. You are no longer just maintaining peace. You are modeling it. You are no longer recovering from heaviness. You are establishing a new standard. Archangel Michael says the sky above your house is not temporarily clear. It has been reassigned. Authority has shifted. What once hovered no longer has access, and what now covers you carries permission for growth. Expect confirmation soon. A healed relationship that once seemed impossible. A breakthrough conversation that changes direction. A financial decision that produces stability. Each confirmation will quietly testify that February 27th was not symbolic. It was strategic. Your house has transitioned from survival to stability. From stability to influence. From influence to legacy. The dark cloud's departure was not merely relief. It was release into responsibility. As you continue walking in this open sky season, stay attentive to subtle evidence of progress. Celebrate improvements. Acknowledge growth. Protect harmony. Every small act of wisdom strengthens the generational foundation forming beneath you. The final revelation is approaching, and it will bring undeniable clarity that what began as a warning has become a permanent turning point. Your house is no longer defined by pressure. It is defined by purpose, and that purpose is only beginning to unfold. Beloved guardian of your household, this is the moment where everything comes together. What was announced at the beginning has now unfolded step by step. The dark cloud that once hovered over your house has been removed. The golden rain has fallen. The atmosphere has shifted. The expansion has begun. The season has been sealed. And now, you stand in the confirmation of it all. February 27th was not just a date. It was a dividing line. Before it, you were navigating pressure, confusion, subtle resistance. After it, you are walking under open sky. The difference is not imaginary. It is tangible. You feel it in your breathing. You sense it in your thoughts. You recognize it in the tone of your home. Archangel Michael has stood at your doorway throughout this transition, not as a distant symbol, but as a present guardian. His authority marked the end of what was overstaying. His protection ensured that what left would not return. And now his assignment shifts from removal to reinforcement. This is the confirmation. The cloud is not coming back. Not because challenges will never appear again, but because the authority structure over your house has changed. You are no longer unaware. You are no longer passive. You are no longer speaking survival language. You are aligned, alert, and intentional. The golden rain was never about a single emotional moment. It was about reestablishing identity. Your house is not a battleground. It is a sanctuary. It is not a place of repeated cycle. It is a place of new standards. It is not a shelter from chaos. It is a source of clarity. And here is the final truth you must receive. The 20 seconds were symbolic of readiness. Heaven releases continuously, but only the aware recognize the moment. You recognized it. You responded. You aligned. And because you aligned, the shift took root. From this point forward, expect stability to feel natural. Expect peace to feel normal. Expect wisdom to flow easier. Expect provision to align strategically. Expect relationships to mature. Expect your home to feel lighter consistently, not occasionally. Archangel Michael says this is your new baseline. When future challenges attempt to approach, they will not find the same access. Your discernment is sharper now. Your boundaries are clearer. Your voice is stronger. The atmosphere in your house has been fortified. And one day soon, you will look back and realize that February 27th truly was the turning point. The day the pressure lifted. The day clarity settled. The day your home stepped into its intended alignment. Now I want you to seal this with faith. Type "My house is under open SKY" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 9090 is now activated over your household. As you declare it, you confirm what has already been established. And now hear this final call, because this message was never only about your house. As the golden rain has settled over your home, let your obedience become rain for someone else. When you give through super thanks, membership, or PayPal using the link in the description, you are not supporting a platform. You are helping lift dark clouds from houses across the world. The Lord declares, "Bring the seed into my house, and see if I will not open the windows of heaven over you," and that promise is alive right now. I respond with action, not hesitation. Your giving becomes a prophetic act that releases light into unseen rooms and peace into anxious hearts. So boldly in this moment and step into the harvest attached to obedience. This is not the end of a message. It is the beginning of a maintained season. Your house is clear. Your sky is open. And your future is no longer under a cloud, but under divine covering.